What we're going to do next is we're going to create a query so that we can kind of input all the data, right? So we're going to create a query first to set it up, and then we're going to actually create a form which will then allow us to enter all our data into the database. So I'm going to click up here on create. I'm going to go to query design, and I'm then going to select all three tables because I'm going to use all three tables. I need data from each one of them, and choose add. And I'm going to close this. And the first thing I want to do is I want to put the patient information in there. So I'm going to double click patient ID, first name, second name, and we'll probably put a date of birth in there because when someone phones up to book, they're probably going to want to check it that it's the right person. And then the next thing we want to do is choose the appointment ID. Now we've got to be careful here because we want to put the doctor in as well. So I'm going to put the date and the time of the appointment, and then the doctor. Now, I don't want to pick the doctor primary key because I'm not going to create a doctor in here. I actually want to pick the foreign key so that I can actually select the doctor rather than create him. So I put doctor ID in there. I'll just scroll across so you can see that. There we go. And then from here, I'm just going to put the first name, last name of the doctor. And when we fill in that doctor number, it should automatically populate with their name. Okay. Now that's set up, I'm going to close it, I'm going to save it. I'm actually going to call it form, so FRM is abbreviation for form for appointments. I'm going to click OK. Now the next step is to create the form. So I click on here, I'm going to go to Form Wizard, and I want to make sure that I choose the query that I've just created, and then I'm going to select all of the fields and choose Next. Now this bit can kind of vary how we enter the data, but we actually want to pull up the patient data first. So we're going to select that one. And we've got patient information at the top. And then we've got this subform here that's going to pull up information so we can book the appointment with the doctor. We must make sure that we're going to do a form within a form, because it's a subform. We don't want to do a linked form because then we're going to click and people might forget. So I'm going to select that, choose Next. We've got two choices here, and I actually want it to be set up as a data sheet. So click Next. I'm going to click Finish after I call it Patient Form. Actually, I'm going to call it Appointment Form. And then choose Finish. Okay. Now, there's the form for me to enter the data. So I can go between the records and choose like a record. I could do a search in there as well to find the record I'm looking for. So if I'm looking for Young, I'll just do a search, and there we go. And then we've got the appointments. So the appointment is automatically created. It's an auto number. It's a primary key. We need one for every single appointment. But I can now go ahead and book an appointment for the 22nd. I'm going to choose 9:15 a.m. I'm going to scroll across. I'm going to choose Dr. 2. And when I do that, it populates it with the doctor's name. So I've got the doctor in there. I've got the time and the date of my appointment. And that's all we need to do.